Bienvenidos chicos un día más aquí a nuestro canal. Hoy, como veis, voy a salir a entrenar. Hace un día maravilloso. Después de estos días de frío, ha salido un día solecito, nubladito, perfecto para salir a entrenar. Pero antes de esto, tenía pendiente presentaros este vídeo. Este vídeo no es otra cosa más que presentaros una o la que posiblemente es la carrera por etapas más importante del mountain bike. ¿Sabéis de cuál estoy hablando? Sí, 650 kilómetros, más de 15.000 metros de desnivel, 8 etapas, la carrera que te va a poner el culino muy duro. Sí, estamos hablando de la Cape Epic. Aquí os dejamos el vídeo de presentación de la Cape Epic 2020 donde os explican al detalle cada etapa y que seguro a más de uno les va a poner los dientes muy largos. Este año os lo presentamos así. El año que viene, quién sabe si os lo presentaremos, os lo enseñaremos desde allí. Venga, un abrazo, suscribiros, nos vemos en el siguiente vídeo.
Eight days. 647 kilometers. 15,550 meters of vertical ascent. Rugged, unrelenting, windswept, untamed. Out here, minutes become hours. Hours become stories. And stories become legend. A spot in the book of legend will not be given up without a fight. And the trails from the iconic slopes of Table Mountain, through citrus plantations and vineyards, over high mountain passes, and along forgotten paths, are littered with challenges, both known and unknown. Wild and untamed, the 2020 Absa Cape Epic Route, brought to you by Land Rover. The Absa Cape Epic Prologue returns to the majestic slopes of Table Mountain National Park and the mother city's home of education, the University of Cape Town. Prologue, Table of the Cape. Distance 20 kilometers. Climbing 600 meters. The race gets underway with a threshold testing race for seconds and start batches. Riders will need to measure their efforts on the grind up to the highest point, Dead Man's Tree, where crowds gather and chant calls of encouragement. From here, all are awarded breathtaking views of the city and the mountain's unique flora, followed by the infamous Land Rover technical terrain, Plum Pudding, before racing back to the finish line. Tucked away between rugged mountains is the town of Ceres and its famous fruit plantations. The town is accessible only via steep passes and is the gateway to the Cedarburg Mountains and is the race village for the first two stages of the 2020 Absa Cape Epic. Stage 1. Saddle up. Distance 98 kilometers. Climbing 1,800 meters. It's been 10 years since visiting the legendary Esselfontein Trails. During Stage 1, both sides of the valley will be traversed in a three-leaf clover-shaped route. Riders will be granted passage through some of South Africa's oldest purpose-built trails. Trails that will test concentration and skill. There will be nowhere to hide. Dead Man Walking's barren climb to the Dimension Data hotspot will spread the field ahead of the limit testing descent that follows. One final loop remains before an on-the-rivet ride to the finish. Stage 2. Forgive My Sins. Distance 94 kilometers. Climbing 2,050 meters. The first transition stage of 2020 presents a deceptively challenging passage from Ceres to Tulbach. The Witzenberg Valley, the ultimate testing grounds for man, woman and machine. Riders will grind their way through the Ceres Valley and up the old Gedo Pass. Part of the ascent is the Land Rover technical terrain, which sizes riders up with a lung-bursting 1.5 kilometer climb on an unpredictable terrain through rocky outcrops. Nearly 20 kilometers of uninterrupted single track will transport you back to your MTB routes in the lead-up to the final climb up the valley's mountainous walls. A rugged ridgeline traverse follows to the Wagon Trail, an 8-kilometer hair-raising descent from the height of Witzenberg to the Tulbach Valley floor before the Sarensberg finish. Stage 3 sees a return to one of the oldest towns in South Africa, Tulbach. This valley of abundance was first discovered in 1658 and is decorated with historic whitewashed Dutch buildings. Stage 3, the Winter Summit. Distance 88 kilometers. Climbing 2,100 meters. After the Church Street Dimension Data hotspot, the challenge begins. A 9-kilometer climb that culminates in the Bone Trail. New trails have been blazed into virgin territories of the Grootwinterhoek and Witzenberg's mountainside trails. A sting in the tail takes the form of the Fontes Pass. Long, steep and relentless, it is sure to test weary legs and brittle spirits with its 3 kicks over 20%. From the summit, purpose-built single track skirts the mountain for a fun last 11 kilometers. Stage 4, the Forgotten Valley. Distance 101 kilometers. Climbing 1,950 meters. After 3 days of precious few free kilometers, Stage 4 may look like a gift on paper, but there's a hidden chapter waiting. Early kilometers will grind by, but once the 5-kilometer Kleikjeskraal climb has been summited, you'll find yourself deep in an isolated valley, the definition of untamed. Exiting the western movie-like Zeervlakte via the Bull Run, riders are delivered to the foot of Beinskloof Pass and its 9-kilometer ascent, which guards the notorious Wild Boar trails. Safe passage will offer a downhill run to the finish. The picturesque agricultural town of Wellington has been a favorite for years thanks to its unrelenting climbs that reward with lightning-fast descents, and this year it plays host for 3 nights. Stage 5, the only way is up. Distance 85 kilometers. Climbing 2,900 meters. In true Absa Cape Epic tradition, a spanner is thrown in the works late in the game. Stage 5 is that spanner. Amateurs and professionals alike will be struck with the harsh realization that this is the Absa Cape Epic as climbs strike time and time again. Sanity will be questioned and smiles will be rare up to S. But a glimmer of joy will be found in the Land Rover technical terrain, the full Monty, moments before a freight train of emotions hits in the form of one final ridgeline. If you want to proceed, the only way is up. Stage 6, into the wild. Distance 95 kilometers. Climbing 2,300 meters. The penultimate stage presents riders with steep yet short vineyard climbs, followed by roller coaster-induced thrills that tempt the mind away from the burn. The trail then enters Ark-and-Seal Game Reserve, where the surface deteriorates sharply, and the resident zebra, eland and giraffe may lure you into a sideways glance. The Land Rover Technical Terrain, Rocky Horror, provides a strenuous climb. Riders will need to remain calm and composed before wrangling the python, which threatens to squeeze the humor from its victims. A slog up the unhappy hog provides a final challenge before the rewarding Golden Mile that deposits riders back towards the finish. Situated in the picturesque Boland lies South Africa's third oldest town, Paarl. Paarl boasts award-winning wine farms and the luxurious lifestyle estate, Valdevie, a fitting culmination of the 2020 Absa Cape Epic. Stage 7, the trail to Valdevie, distance 66 kilometers, climbing 1,850 meters. Between Wellington and Valdevie lies the tests of the grand finale, the final measure of those looking to call themselves an Absa Cape Epic finisher. The ascent heads directly up Beulah to the top of Havakwa. Here, the final dimension data hotspot offers views that could, at this stage, draw a tear. Onward to the pro-tier climb. Onward to a spot in the book of legend. Vital kilometers are ticked off in the approach to the Freedom Struggle climb and the closing Land Rover Technical Terrain, the Bone Rattler. The approach to the grand finale finish line takes in the pristine grounds before a hero's welcome to those brave enough to take up the challenge of the Absa Cape Epic. 647 kilometers, 15,550 meters of climbing. This is the race that measures all.